Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the spooky movies that are essential Halloween viewing, whether you're watching through your fingers or gleefully taking it all in.
Wendy!
Yes!
You've got a big surprise coming to you.
Number 10, Get Out.
Do they know I'm black?
No. Should they?
It probably goes without saying that while horror movies constitute some of the most beloved and influential in all of cinema, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences does not tend to concur with that popular sentiment. Sometimes, however, certain pictures are so adept at speaking to the current moment and executed at such a high level that the Academy is forced to take notice. Jordan Peele's Get Out is such a film.
Get out. Sorry, man.
Okay.
Get out! Yo! Chill, man. Get out! Chill, man!
A deft satire of racism, Peele's film not only has cleverness to spare, it's a legitimately terrifying slow burn. It's no surprise then that Peele won the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay as a result of his tremendous efforts. Talk about a real-life plot twist.
Now, sink into the floor.
Wait.
Sink.
Number 9, The Blair Witch Project.
I just want to apologize to Mike's mom and Josh's mom and my mom.
It feels like it's sometimes forgotten that the film that ushered in an era of found footage filmmaking was a genuine cultural phenomenon at the time of its release. Driven largely by what could be considered as the first viral marketing campaign, would-be audiences were led to believe that the events depicted in Blair Witch were real, leading to significant buzz.
What he did is he took the kids down in the basement by twos, and he made one face into the corner.
Really?
And then he would kill the other one. And then when he was done with that, he'd grab the one out of the corner and kill that one too.
While, of course, the film is entirely fictional, that feels secondary when you're watching it. Its shaky, amateurish camera work, remote setting, pervasive creepiness, and deep lore will have you making a snack of your fingernails. Blair Witch's style is often imitated, but never truly duplicated.
I am so sorry for everything that has happened. Because in spite of what Mike says now, it is my fault.
Number 8, Rosemary's Baby.
Guy, listen. Let's make this a new beginning, okay? A new openness in talking to each other, because we haven't been open.
What do you do when you feel you can't trust anyone around you, not even your own husband? That's the question at the heart of Roman Polanski's Rosemary's Baby, a thrillingly unsettling psychological horror film that has routinely been ranked among the genre's best in the decade since its initial release.
No pope ever visits a city where the newspapers are on strike.
I heard he's gonna postpone and wait till it's over.
Well, that's showbiz. That's exactly what it is.
Mia Farrow's Rosemary, the wife of struggling actor Guy, played by influential indie filmmaker John Cassavetes, slowly begins to discover that she's involved in a deeply rooted satanic conspiracy with sinister aims. The audience can only spectate as Rosemary falls further and further into madness. For a taste of real-life horror, read about the genuinely hellish experience that was making Rosemary's Baby.
No! It can't be! No! Look at his hands and his feet!
Number 7, Bride of Frankenstein.
Elizabeth. She's dead. Elizabeth is alive and she is well. I don't believe you. I have proof.
The brainchild of trailblazing horror director James Whale, Bride of Frankenstein is a perfect example of the vanishingly rare sequel that improves on its already legendary predecessor. While the first Frankenstein warned against playing God and the terrifying implications thereof, Bride uses its genre trappings to deepen those themes in an even more heartbreaking way.
Who is it? You're welcome, my friend, whoever you are. Who are you?
Bride of Frankenstein reached an uphill battle to reach audiences, subject to significant censorship and even outright bans in a number of countries worldwide. Wales Film overcame attempts to suppress it to become an all-time classic of horror cinema. Clocking in at only 75 minutes in length, it is essential viewing for a quintessentially dark and stormy night.
She hates me, like others.
Number 6. The Silence of the Lambs.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Remember earlier when we said that the Academy generally doesn't vibe with horror? Jonathan Demme's procedural thriller slasher is the exception that proves the rule. You might already know the plot's broad strokes. FBI upstart Clarice Starling is tasked with interviewing cannibalistic serial killer and formerly respected psychiatrist Hannibal Lecter as a means of gaining insight into the mind of Buffalo Bill, the moniker given to a new killer, with the hopes that he can be stopped before it's too late. Only the third film ever to sweep the Oscars' Big Five categories, including Best Picture, Lambs is both a gripping journey into the darkest parts of the human psyche and a powerful affirmation of horror's ability to traverse multiple genres.
It places the lotion in the basket.
I want to see my mommy.
Number 5. The Exorcist.
It is he who commands you. He who flung you from the heights of heaven to the depths of hell.
If Rosemary's Baby was influential in setting the tone for horror films to come, The Exorcist was responsible for taking that baton and running with it. Far, far away. What on the surface would appear to be a time-honored tale of demonic possession reveals itself to be something much deeper, more thoughtful, and above all, reaching new frontiers of scary.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, by this sign of the Holy Cross of our Lord Jesus Christ.
The Exorcist's considerable influence and legacy are perhaps best summed up by American genre appreciation magazine Cinefantastique, writing that, quote, "The Exorcist has done for the horror film what 2001 did for science fiction, legitimizing it in the eyes of thousands who previously considered horror movies nothing more than a giggle."
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
Number 4. Alien.
How do we kill it, Ash? There's gotta be a way of killing it. How? How do we do it?
You can't.
This iconic sci-fi horror flick is notable for a number of reasons, chief among them that it stands as director Ridley Scott's mainstream breakthrough. Beyond that, though, Alien is a towering achievement in horror, owing to its incredible performances, intricate production design, tense direction, and Oscar-winning visual effects, courtesy of legendary Swiss artist H.R. Giger.
I remember a horrible dream about smothering.
Met with relatively mixed reviews at the time of its release, Alien has been considerably re-evaluated and is widely considered to be one of the greatest horror films ever made. Film critic David Edelstein once commented that, quote, "Alien remains the key text in the body horror subgenre that flowered, or depending on your viewpoint, festered in the 70s.
Ash, are you kidding? This thing bled acid. Who knows what it's gonna do when it's dead?
I think it's safe to assume it isn't a zombie.
Number 3. The Shining.
Here's Johnny!
As you might have noticed by now, a number of films on our list were released to polarized and even sometimes outright negative critical receptions. The Shining might take the cake, having been straight up panned by some critics at the time of its cinematic debut in 1980. Stanley Kubrick's adaptation of Stephen King's novel takes significant liberties with its source material, much to the continued chagrin of author King.
Wendy? Stay away! Darling, light of my life. I'm not gonna hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
However, by considerably altering the book's narrative structure and focus, Kubrick arguably drilled down even further into what made King's novel so terrifying, bolstered by its dreamy atmosphere, technically innovative cinematography, and a pair of powerful lead performances by Jack Nicholson and particularly Shelley Duvall. The Shining is now the furthest thing from divisive.
Go check out the snowcat in the radio and you'll see what I mean. Go check it out. Go check it out.
Number 2. Halloween.
I told them how dangerous he was.
You couldn't have. 2 roadblocks and an all-points bulletin wouldn't stop a 5-year-old.
Well, he was your patient, Doctor. If precautions weren't strong enough, you should have told somebody.
I told everybody! Nobody listened.
Well, we couldn't not, right? Pay no mind to the countless cash-in sequels that followed and threatened to permanently dilute the franchise, with the possible exception of the underrated Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. The influence and importance of John Carpenter's 1978 classic, and believe us, it earns that title, cannot be understated. While it didn't invent the slasher movie subgenre, it is inarguable that Halloween crystallized the essence of the genre, paving the way for innumerable horror filmmakers to follow in its nightmarish suburban footsteps.
You blame everything on kids.
Well, now all they took was some Halloween mask, rope, and a couple of knives. Who do you think it was?
It's hard growing up with a cynical father.
Plus, it gave us one of the all-time great movie characters, period, in Michael Myers, whose stark white William Shatner mask still haunts our dreams. And probably yours, too.
Mommy, open up, it's me! Yeah, please. Tommy, please!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Night of the Living Dead, the mother of all zombie movies.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Carrie, Brian De Palma and Sissy Spacek remind you that high school is hell.
You can stay here with me. I don't want to stay with you, Mommy. Look, I'll answer the door and I'll tell him that you're sick. I'll tell him that you changed your mind. Sit down and be quiet!
The Thing. John Carpenter's paranoid chiller brilliantly reflects Cold War anxieties.
If you're worried about me,
If we've got any surprises for each other, I don't think we're in much shape to do anything about it.
Videodrome. Not only is this Canadian cult classic thought-provoking, it's downright nasty too.
Long live the new flesh.
The Ring. This PG-13 flick proves that horror isn't all about blood and guts.
Have you heard about this videotape that kills you when you watch it?
What kind of tape?
A tape. A regular tape. People rent it, I don't know. You start to play it, and it's like somebody's nightmare.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Psycho.
I don't really know anything about birds. My hobby is stuffing things. You know, taxidermy.
It seems fair to say that legendary filmmaker Alfred Hitchcock, who was often referred to as the master of suspense, was not one to politely play by the rules. Such was the case with the micro-budget horror masterpiece Psycho, which smashed just about every rule that Hollywood had put forth in previous decades.
You know, I think I must have one of those faces you just can't help believing.
Is anyone at home?
No.
Oh, there's somebody sitting up in the window.
Even though Psycho is now over 60 years old, we feel that divulging elements of its famously twisty plot would do first-time viewers a terrible disservice. Hitchcock himself even mandated that contemporary movie theaters forbid late admissions. If you only have time for one film on Halloween Eve, make it Psycho. Just don't knock on the doors of any creepy remote motels while you're out trick-or-treating.
Would you go out with friends?
Well, a boy's best friend is his mother.
Did we miss your favorite horror movie? Don't hesitate to let us know in the comments below.
Oh my God. She's so drunk.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.